What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Titans Tube. Cheers to the Titans beating the Falcons on Sunday. Justin pulling to a 2-2 record. Wow, we've never been 500 before, have we?
Wow,
Tossing it to you, Justin.
This franchise never really finishes around 500 ever, so this is new territory for this team to be at this inconsistent 500 win-lose pace. Oh man, jokes aside, it is so nice to be back on the winning side of things. I know we're kind of getting to this game recap late, so most Titans fans, I think, are already kind of over it and looking on to the Bills. So we're just going to give our quick thoughts about this game that just happened and then talk about the Bills game and then see how we match up against those pesky Buffalo Bills.
Duh, Bills. Is that
so
how
Caleb,
it goes?
I'm going to...
Duh, Bills.
Duh, Bills. Yeah, that's definitely not a thing for another team. But the Bears have Bears Mafia. That's what they have.
Oh, but
right,
Justin, the more important matter is, how is my beard looking?
Oh, nice, dude.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, sick.
Dude,
Check it out.
You didn't even have your camera phone on you, so I hadn't even seen you yet.
Hey, be quiet.
Dude, it's you're getting that fall beard in quickly. Very nice.
Yep. Okay.
All right, so Titans, Caleb, Titans. They got after them Atlanta Falcons. Just like, what? Are we surprised at this point that this night and day team, where we don't know what we can expect, we can look like an elite team one week and then get sacked 9 times and just fall apart against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road. We never know what we're going to get with this team. Even when things look their worst, they somehow respond. They somehow pull something out of their butt and just dominate a team, only to be let down the next week. But we'll see if that's still going to be the case with this team. It probably is. So, Caleb,
we've had a hard time handling success under Vrabel's reign since he took the helm, which honestly really makes me question. You know what? Out of the first quarter of the season, this could almost be like a quarter season review, because this is a big season for a lot. Are you still there, Justin?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool.
I can't see you at all, but
I'm sorry. My phone's plugged in because it's low on battery. So can you see my head? Hi.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes me feel better. Good.
I'm here. Hi. Welcome to Titans Soup.
Yes.
Anyways,
continue though. That's a good theme here. How do we handle success?
Poorly.
We haven't handled success good at all.
We have little flashes of success, but then we immediately seem to just nosedive into a hole of like, I don't know, man. We can't be consistent. Obviously, that's the Titans' problem. Has been for years. That's why we're sitting at 3 straight years of 9-7. The average Joes, the perennial average Joes of the NFL.
The average Joes. Hey, but you know what the average Joes did? They broke through and won themselves that dodgeball championship.
Hell yeah.
So maybe it's time for the Titans to be those average Joes to break through. Because, 3 straight 9-7 seasons, you expect us to eventually take the next step. Get a 10 wins at least, get 11, get into the playoffs, win your division. We
win the division.
Can
big on
win this division still. And remember how down we were after last week? It's like,
we were doubting everything about our lives.
This is horrible. This is about to be another Ken Wisenhunt 3-13 season because we looked so good in week 1 and just looked bad since then. But we're back up. We're back up here.
We are. I was going to say, what was I going to say? I was going to say that, the thing with the Titans over the last 3 years has been trouble in the division. I think that's a huge one for me in, like, proving that we're actually, like, what should I say, progressing from good to great. Have you ever heard that one before, Justin? You know?
Yeah,
so I think that is the next step for me. The Titans have been extremely poor in the division the last few years, even though we've produced winning records and even made the playoffs and got our first playoff win once. And once again, this season is starting extremely poorly when we're looking at how we're playing within the division, which makes me honestly, if I'm going to point the fingers at anyone, I got to start questioning like the coaches. You know, Mike Vrabel. How is he not getting this team ready to play divisional games?
Yeah.
How can we? I mean, we clearly have talent to blow out the Browns and teams like the Falcons, and yet we get blown out. We can't even compete with some of the AFC South teams. We at least are competitive in every single other game outside of our division, I feel like. When's the last time the Titans really got manhandled by a team outside of their division? Patriots in the playoffs a few years ago?
Yeah, like we don't experience a manhandling outside of the division.
More often than not, we're the ones doing
one.
the manhandling outside of the division. We seem fine against other teams in the league, just no AFC South team. So that is a big. We need to pick up our play in the AFC South. Is that obvious?
It's so this has been a problem since Mike Mularkey was the coach. I remember, I think it was 2016. We went like 2-4 in the division and finished 9-7. And I saw this stat: Mariota is like 10-5 or 11-5 or something like that in his career against NFC opponents.
Oh
like,
my
dude,
gosh.
do that in the division or at least the AFC. Like that helps us a lot more. Every win is important, but when it comes down to tiebreakers, those AFC and divisional wins are of vital importance, as we've been left out of the playoffs 2 times in the past 3 years because of tiebreakers, I believe.
Yeah, and it's been insane.
Yeah.
It's always the AFC South battling each other for who's going to make it to the playoffs this season. And we always struggle mightily in division play. But anyways, we're talking about the Falcons here. I think the main storylines that stuck out were the passing game in the first half. Marcus Mariota, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis. Welcome to the NFL, boys. Even though it's your 5th year, Mariota.
Welcome back. He always seems to leave the NFL one week and then come back the next week.
He does.
And look like an actual NFL quarterback.
He does.
So let's talk about that, Caleb, because I know you specifically were very down. You were like, I'm pretty much hanging it up on Mariota. He just is not doing it again.
That. No one has evidence of this, Justin.
I've got text to prove it. I don't know if you said it in the video.
No, guys, do not release those text messages. I'm going to have to release some info on you about what you said about Amy Adams' Strunk's haircut.
No, that's uncalled for. No, but dude, you're not alone. I mean, that was pretty much turning into the common accepted take. Like, all right, it's his 5th year. He still looks lost in this offense. So now we saw an awesome first half, and it was just a half. We did all scoring in one half, but it was good enough to control the entire game. Has the needle moved again for you about Mariota, or is this just another example of good Mariota versus bad Mariota? We happen to get the good one in this game, or are you like, all right, I'm listening, Mariota, again, you can win me back? Where are you at right now?
Where am I at in terms of Marcus Mariota? I want him to be the GOAT, and he is. And I never said any of those things. I never doubted him. I actually read a great little segment on the NFL app today about Marcus Mariota. It was about the Titans, honestly. I think it was under the power rankings section. And under the Titans, obviously, it just talked about our performance at Atlanta, but mainly being due to Marcus Mariota having a great game, but being extremely inconsistent through the course of his career, which is the epitome of what the Titans have been almost our whole franchise, but essentially since he's gotten there too. So they're saying, we are the perfect team. He technically is our franchise quarterback when we are the perfect team that embodies his inconsistent play. So it's almost like we never know what we're going to get. Honestly, after watching the Falcons game, it didn't look like our offense really did anything too different. It's just that, honestly, it felt like the Falcons defense was just a step behind. And so maybe credit...
The Falcons did play poorly, yes.
And credit due to the Jags... I hate saying this. To the Jags defense and the Colts defense, maybe they just know how to handle... They know our strengths and weaknesses. They played Marcus for the last 5 years. So they know what he's capable of. I mean, the throws Marcus was making against the Falcons that he was completing were throws I see him make every week. It's just the Falcons seemed at least a step behind most of the time. Don't want to take away credit from the receivers and Marcus and the offense as a whole. We got the game, we got the win, but
he threw some dimes.
He did throw some dimes. He throws some dimes
into some tight coverage.
Even in bad games though, he has 3 to 5 throws that are just dimes. I feel like occasionally.
I talked about that with Chris. Shout out again to Chris for Titans in Truth for stepping in when asked to do so.
You the man, bro.
I did tell him. Yeah, I did tell him, he threw some dimes in that Jacksonville game, too, to Tajay Sharp.
Yeah.
Like a 47-yard bomb. He threw another real nice one to Adam Humphries. So, and I think the real difference, you can definitely point to the offensive line play. How do we go from allowing 9 sacks to 0? Like that's such an improvement. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the Jags front is much more stout than Atlanta's, but like 9 sacks difference. Like the offensive line definitely stepped up their play as well.
True.
And there really wasn't much of a change. I know we started to sub in at right guard Nate Davis, trying to get him some experience and playing time. And I think the consensus, I haven't like watched all the highlights like and focusing just on him, but from what I've read, he performed pretty well and it was good. It was mostly all positive from when he was in the game, and he outsnapped Jameel Douglas. So I think hopefully getting Lawan back and then Nate Davis being an upgrade at the right guard position will surely immensely help Mariota, because like we said, you give him time in the pocket and he can read a defense and he can throw to the open guys.
And his open guys.
I've seen some people criticize him for not being able to read a defense, but he was going through progressions against Atlanta like he's been doing it for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
So,
and I was going to say his open guys can make plays. I mean,
oh yeah.
Marcus only threw the ball like 20 yards in the air and got 3 touchdown passes out of it, combined. A.J. Brown did most of the work on. Actually, the second pass was all Marcus Mariota's touch. That was sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, A.J. Brown and Corey Davis really making plays, which I love to see. A.J. Brown, dude, is a playmaker. He might be a difference maker in this offense that we haven't seen in a while. I think Corey Davis is a great player, but the way that A.J. Brown is just like taking command of plays like that, he's got a superstar on him, man. Maybe
he does. No, yeah, I think you're totally right. He's that big play weapon that we haven't had in forever here. And like he's different from Corey Davis. Like what you got in Corey Davis, and I think Corey Davis still is going to get better. And I think he can make some big plays too. But he's more of that, that reliable receiver. That I don't know, Marcus. I was about to say security blanket, but he kind of already has that in Delaney Walker and Adam Humphries. But hey, he's developing his chemistry with Mario. with Mariota, man, and that pass. Corey Davis's touchdown reception, you saw that just chemistry that they have together. He released that so early. He showed great anticipation, and Corey broke out, and he barely got his head around in time to actually secure the ball right in his chest.
Pow!
You can tell that they've been working on that for a while. So that's just good stuff that we need to see on a week-to-week basis. But I agree, man. A.J. Brown, why is he only getting 3 targets anyway? Like, he got 3 targets against Cleveland and did some serious damage. And then he got like a couple passes between the Jags and Colts game. And then we targeted him 3 times again, and he blew up again. Like, he needs to have a significant role going forward after seeing what he can do with the ball.
Yeah, I want to see some like screenplays designed for him with the way he's showing that he has ability to catch and run like that. I mean, he just straight outran the whole Falcons secondary when he caught that slant.
Yeah,
that wasn't just like he was wide open, but he was wide open across the middle. He still had to outrun everyone. That's crazy for the guy his
he
size.
Had to stop.
Yeah.
And like change directions completely and still outran
like
everyone.
That was a play. And then the hands he showed on the second dime that Mariota threw for his second touchdown, like, man, this guy is showing me something. I can't wait to see some more consistency out of him. And if like we can get Corey Davis like as involved in the game against the Falcons every single like it was against the Falcons every single week, I'm looking forward to this offense. So I'm a typical Titans fan.
Yep.
Last week I was off the train, man. Now I'm back, Super Bowl bound. We're winning the division.
We'll take you back.
Now, I'm feeling good after this win, though. The second half, though, was a little brutal. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, there's
no momentum.
There's a couple things I do want to point out. I don't remember a whole lot of the second half because not a lot happened, to be honest. The Falcons got a field goal their first drive coming out of half, and then that was it for the scoring for the rest of the game. But the couple things that I did point out, or I wanted to point out, obviously, was I hear animals. We'll just let that ride.
Go on a soliloquy.
Okay. So you with your mic down. This Mike Vrabel decision. No, sorry, keep going. What are you doing? This Mike Vrabel decision with like 8 to 10 minutes left. We're up by 14 points, and we have a 4th and 1 at their 10-yard line. You guys watch the game. You know what I'm saying. Why do we go for that instead of kicking that field goal and extending it to a 3-possession game that would pretty much all but guarantee the victory. I appreciate aggressiveness. I appreciate having faith in your defense to get the job done. But at some point, you gotta be smart and just make the obvious play and not outthink yourself. This is the NFL, and things can happen anytime or at any point in a game that the flip can just switch, especially with Atlanta's offense. As talented as it is, they can put up points in a hurry. So that was worrisome. Like that might, I don't want this to be an overreaction, but that might actually be one of the dumbest coaching decisions I've seen Mike Vrabel make in a game. Like I'm kind of worried. Like what if we were up 17-10 with 5 minutes left and we had a 4th and 1 deep in Atlanta territory? Are we not going to kick the field goal and go up by 10 and instead try to go up 24-10 instead of 17-10 or 20-10? Now I'm lost with my own analogy, but you guys know what I'm saying. I don't know. Vrabel came back out in his press conference and said, and I appreciate about him that he kind of admitted that, yeah, I might have been playing with fire a little bit too much there. If I had to do it again, I would probably take the points, go up by 3 scores. And so maybe it was just like a learning experience. Maybe like after we didn't get it, he was like, oh crap, that was really dumb. That was not worth it. Like there are times to play conservative and times to play aggressive, and I think I almost said malarkey. I think Vrabel flip-flopped it a little bit. We got conservative in the second half. Weren't really moving the ball. I know Henry churned out some great yardage late in the fourth quarter, ripping off like 10, 13-yard runs, which is great. But like we didn't put up any points. And then right when we decided to get aggressive on 4th and 1, it backfires on us when we should have been going conservative and kicked the field goal. But I'm a little worried about that, and hopefully that's like the only time that happens for the rest of the season, because the defense bailed us out. They were great. Speaking of 4th downs, that's the other point about the second half. We stopped them like 3 times on 4th down. The coverage was amazing. Matt Ryan was like running around back there in the pocket, not knowing what to do. The coverage was on point. Julio had 52 yards.
Who?
Julio?
Get it? Julio?
Who? I don't know, Leo.
Yeah.
More like shut down, Leo.
Or like Titans beat the Falcons, Leo. 24-10, Leo.
We are not funny. I hope you're not laughing,
Leo.
But so they got their yards in other ways. Like Austin Hooper, it opened up for him to have a great game. Sanu had a good game. He had a lot of yards, but no touchdowns for Matty Ice. So great performance, great defense. Anything you want to say in response to the Vrabel stuff, or if we want to shout out some defensive players? Jarrell Casey, first strip sack and recovery of the season. Boom! Those are the game-changing plays that we need to see.
Harold Landry, 2 sacks.
We're like,
right?
Yeah, man. Hopefully he's really coming around and finding his niche, his place in the NFL and getting the hang of things. If we can get consistent pass rush, this defense is complete. Tis complete. Oh, the defense. Yeah, we're like 3rd in the NFL in turnover ratio. Shout out Marcus Mariota not turning the ball over yet this season. The only turnover was the dang Adoree Jackson fumble that really screwed us. Dude, he muffed the punt in the Jacksonville game.
But I was gonna say that was another worrisome issue. Like, one, I think Vrabel's. I do think you're right. That was a really stupid coaching mistake. Like, what the hell is he thinking? Why would you not go up 3 scores? Like, it's
so obvious.
Obvious. That is insane. That is not a smart.
Outthink yourself. Yeah.
No, he didn't outthink himself. He didn't think. Period. I don't know. Like, I'm glad we learned from that mistake in a win, but that really could have come back to bite us. Especially another thing is we fumbled 3 times and luckily recovered all 3 fumbles. Like,
that's true. Things were bouncing our way. In that game,
but and I know Vrabel threw out the stat. I'm not going to drop it because I would butcher it, but something like the Titans have fumbled like 8 times this year, and we've only lost 1, which was the Adoree time.
Really?
And that's just like the statistics don't favor it. That's not an average of the NFL. Like, if we keep on fumbling like this, we're gonna lose a bunch more by the end of the season, which doesn't bode well either. Like, we were rolling in the Falcons game. I would have hated to see our momentum just be killed earlier than it needed to be by some kind of poor fumble or something fluky happened. Like, we've got to get that under control. That was a worrisome thing, a worrisome trend through the first quarter of the season. Sacks were another one, but we did turn it around in Atlanta. And the NFL is totally a what have you done for me lately league, which in that case, we have the best damn offensive line in the league. Taylor Lewan, who we don't need you, bro. Go do your podcast. It ain't as good as ours.
Hot
take.
No, we need you. We need you, Taylor Lewan. We need you.
Yeah, we do. I'm just kidding. All right, that's all I have to say, I think, on the Falcons game.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have been lucky. We've got to take care of the ball more. And now that you say that, I do remember Henry has like 2 or 3 fumbles that have just rolled out of bounds this season.
Corey Davis had one that went out of bounds. Like, we can't. Yeah. They're not all going to bounce our way like that. We got to get that under control. That's worrisome to me.
Worrisome indeed, sir. Worrisome indeed.
Bills, baby.
Shall we briefly look ahead to these Buffalo Bills? So a little bit of a deja vu from last year. We played the Bills in Week 5 in Buffalo. Excuse you. And it was after coming off a huge win against the Eagles in overtime. That's a game that's up there with most exciting Titans games that I've been to.
Another
just got the letdown.
Team outside of our division that we beat.
Yeah,
another really good team.
A big NFC win, coming off a big NFC win, and then facing the Bills the next week to have a giant letdown and just an ugly, ugly game. It could have been avoided last year. You could have pointed to several things from that game. It was Nick Williams, first of all, Taywan Taylor had a fumble.
No, hold up. I think the things looking back at that game should be like the Fight Club rules. 1, Nick Williams. 2, Nick Williams.
3, we don't talk about Nick Williams.
We don't talk about Nick Williams.
So we just broke the first 2 rules. But the offense, they didn't really play that well in that game anyway. But the turnovers just were the nail in the coffin. But we're talking about this year, guys. We're talking about this year.
We're talking about this year?
Surprise, surprise. To the rest of the NFL, I think maybe Bills fans thought that they would be pretty dang good coming out of the gates, but they are sitting nicely at 3-1 with their only loss coming last week to the Patriots, who they shut down on defense. Tom Brady, like 150 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. That never happens.
1 interception, not my quarterback. Right?
Yeah, can't relate. Sorry, Tom. Looks like you're not the GOAT anymore.
GOAT, baby. GOAT. I got my GOAT shirt on, or I got my Marcus shirt on today.
I do.
You got your GOAT shirt on? Hell yeah.
I got the
Marcus Mariota.
And they get their Patriots got their touchdown on a blocked punt, and so that was a really close game that came down to the wire. Their victories haven't really been super impressive when you look at the quality of opponents. They've beaten the Jets when they have Sam Darnold by 1 point. They beat the Giants when Eli Manning was their quarterback still, so I don't know what would have happened if Daniel Jones was starting. And they beat the Bengals, who look like one of the worst teams in the NFL now, before losing to the Patriots. So I don't know. How do you take that? Do you think that they're taking advantage of lesser competition, or do you think they're for real with this 3-1 record?
No, I don't think they're for real. I think they're taking advantage of some good opportunities to play some poor teams early on. And
okay.
Yes.
What about that defense, though, man? That defense, what they did to the Patriots was pretty impressive.
Yeah, but they're also
how our
like,
offense is
and I know that division's a little different because the Patriots have owned it for so long. But they're also, you see random division games like the Dolphins have beaten the Patriots like every year for the last few years. Like the Bills are going to have at least one game that's competitive against the Patriots. They just play them twice a year. They've played Bill Belichick and Tom Brady twice a year for over 20 years, over 2 decades. So it's like, I almost see that game more as a fluke than the first 3 games. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm hating on the Bills right now. I'm just I think we're going to handle them well. I think our defense is Josh Allen playing? Is he cleared to play?
That's a good question. I don't think officially, but as of today, he was in like step 4 of 5 in the concussion protocol. So signs are pointing to yes, he'll probably be starting.
I think our defense is gonna have a really good day against Josh Allen this year. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm very high on our defense. I said it a few weeks ago. I think we have a Super Bowl caliber defense. If we generate the kind of pass rush like we did against the Falcons, no way. No way. That's all I'm saying. No, never lost. We ain't losing that game.
Never lost.
Like I think our offense can do enough to just. I think our defense is really gonna stymie the Bills this week. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Make Josh Allen freak out.
Like, dude, we've fallen into this trap before with the Titans. We feel good about this team right now. We feel like we can handle the Bills, especially when we're on defense, and they won't be able to put up points against us.
Justin, you're right.
I'm expecting a slugfest. I think our offense is going to struggle, and their offense is going to struggle. I actually looked it up. Our past several meetings. The past 3 times these teams have met have been 1-point games. we got beat at home 14-13 2 times ago, and then last year we got beat 12-13, and then 3 times ago it was a 1-point game. It was high scoring back when we had Matt Hasselbeck, but that's completely irrelevant to today and now. But these games are just super close between the Titans.
I mean,
and Bills.
at least the Music City Miracle was a blowout.
Yeah, they never had a chance. Never had a chance in the world in that.
Never.
Lateral.
You know, Justin, you're exactly right. We need to temper our hopes. It's going to be a tight game. We're the Titans here, folks. We know who we are. This is Marcus Mario's 5th year. We ain't going into Buffalo. Wait, is this game at home? I don't even know, dude. Now that I don't live in the city that the Titans are playing in, every game kind of feels like an away game to me.
I bet you've got the Denver Broncos schedule memorized, though.
Honestly, we play better in away games. So, I would rather see us play away. Yeah. We suck at home this year. God.
Yeah. We've played one, and it's the Colts, and
exactly.
Actually, that was another stat. I think we're 16-5 the past 3 years or so at home, and 3 of those 5 losses are to the Colts at home. So we got that one out of the way. So we should be good at home for the rest of the year.
Good.
Yeah. I just feel like it's going to be one of those slug it out games. 15-13, 13-10.
Is that a score prediction I'm getting from you? Is that a score prediction?
Well, I'll give you 2, so they can't finish the game with both scores. It's impossible.
They could try. They could try to.
I'll say 15-13.
Wow.
Titans.
Wow.
We'll get 5 field goals. Santos is the MVP.
Oh, man. If he were the MVP, he would have made that one field goal against the Colts.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to rely on that. How about 16-13? We'll get a touchdown. Dude, speaking of kickers, I did want to mention this. A very, very important player in this game who's great every game is Brett Kern. Because I'm expecting us to do our fair share of punting. We can't turn the ball over. We're not going to have a ton of sustainable drives, I don't think, against this defense. So field position is going to be a huge battle. He's going to have to do his thing and pin teams inside the 10-yard line consistently, make it even tougher on their offense. And we know he can do it. We know he can punt the length of the field. That man's leg is made of magic.
It is. We should we should probably amputate it when he's retired and maybe try to find a cure for cancer inside of it. You think that's possible?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say make a statue out of it or something, but there's probably some good.
Or what if we fed it
in there
to Harambe? Would that bring him back to life?
Oh, definitely. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a score prediction or anything?
I do.
What's going on?
I do. You said what? 16-13.
13.
I think our defense is going to shut them down a little more than that. I think our offense will struggle. I'm going 17-8.
What? Are we going to give up a safety?
No, they're going to get a 2-point conversion at the end. Not a touchdown. They're going to get a touchdown in the beginning of the game and miss the extra point and then just go for 2 at some point and get it. I wish that was a rule that you could just go.
They can't just decide to go for 2.
Dude, this is a new day. No one has ever.
So I know we're about to score a touchdown, but instead of getting 6, I would like just 2 points, please.
That's exactly what they're going to say. Totally.
Also, I do want to say familiar face on their offense is Frank Gore, the ageless one, who we apparently play all the time now. He was on the Colts for 3 years. Then we played Miami last year in week 1, and I think he played well. And now we're playing him again, and he's on the Bills.
He always
And
plays well.
He seems to always do pretty good against us, even when we have good run defenses. That dude's just a tank.
He is a tank.
And I think we've got to find a way to shut him down, make Josh Allen beat us. He's thrown a lot of interceptions so far this year.
Get ready.
He can make plays with his legs. Surprisingly, he's pretty shockingly mobile with how lanky and tall
And
he
white.
is. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't going to go there, but hey, racism.
Hey,
is
yo.
racism.
What?
What? Okay. Josh
Allen.
Very good mobile quarterback. Sometimes.
All right. So that we were both predicting a win against the Bills. Wow. Never seen that one before in Titans Tube. Oh, up top, Justin.
Very, very shocking. Very cool. I can feel the
All right.
power.
Any last words?
All right. No, none. Thanks for sticking around and checking out our vid this week. We try to do the best we can with our schedules and all that, just going back and forth and the craziness of life. And we hope you find peace in your life that is so hard to find in ours.
Because we're Titans fans. Signing out.
I guess. Okay, yeah. Tighten up. Yeah, let's go. Let's get a big W.
Yo.
All right. Goodbye.